Okay, folks. He's here. Now, this young gentleman, he's really a great guy, man. He's a communications and PR expert. This guy is a television producer. He's an actor. He's an events coordinator. The man is big, man. Show him some love. Show him some love. I'm going to ask him, he's ended up as a PR exec, you know, but sometime in his childhood, I think I heard he wanted to be a lawyer. Why didn't he become a lawyer? Anyway, he's here, you know him. Put your hands together, show some love for George Quaye! Please welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Bonjour.
Well, Malik est dans le boutique avec Zebus Binef. Il est dans le commercial break. We'll be right back here.
Stay cognizant for a recrudescence of gratuitous conviviality and merriment.
The KSM Show.
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. Beautiful place, large audience. Hello, everyone.
Cheers a lot. For those who don't know, he's with the Charterhouse, PRO?
Yes. PRO, I like to call it Head of Communications.
Head of Communications. Head of Communications for Charterhouse, and you also do stuff with VGMA.
Yes, I am part of the production team for the VGMAs, and you know, a lot of the scripting that goes into it for the main event, and then the various activations, the advertising, getting the artist, you know, the planning.
You do copy
process
as well, so
yes, I do a lot of copywriting.
Okay.
I do a lot of copywriting as well. I've been doing copy, of course, with my boss Philip. We do a lot of copy for a lot of clients. We did some for UT Bank. We did a lot for we handled the Enterprise, the Atungo series that you hear. Yeah.
Oh, that was
yes,
okay.
That's from us as well. And then a lot. I mean, the tallest of clients, Zenith Bank, you name it. A lot of them. We worked for.
Show some love, man. Show some. And are you going back into acting ever? Because you know the was Aboagye. Everyone calls you Aboagye, you know. To confess, the first time I interviewed you, I actually thought you were Aboagye, you know.
People, my mother actually does call me Aboagye sometimes.
Oh, really?
So it's all right. The Aboagye will never go away.
Yeah.
If Ghanaians still call Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando and still call Sylvester Stallone Rambo, how can Aboagye go? Aboagye will never go away.
Think you're going back to TV, doing comedy, acting stuff? Or now that's gone? You are now.
You see, so everybody needs some kind of insurance for retirement.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe when we get out of all those communications and events management and television,
when you made all the money.
Do you ever make all the money?
Well,
unless you are Zuckerberg or Gates, you know, you never get to make all the money. But I am sure eventually I'll get back to it. I don't think God will be very pleased with me if I never get back to the stage or to the screens. It's inborn, it's inherent. It's one of the many things He blessed me with. So I don't think I should just abandon it. So I am sure eventually
you're going to head back
to the stage or to the screen. I prefer the stage.
But you have a background in acting.
Yes, I do.
Your first degree was in acting, and then you went to communications.
First class.
First class?
Yes.
One thing. I mean, did I hear that you were in debating society when you were at Advanced Supreme?
Yes.
You were like a crack team, nobody wanted to debate you?
Yes, I was actually in the Writers and Debaters Club, tough debating team. I remember guys like Alfred Ellis Arthur, he's a lawyer now. I remember guys like Edward Kujo, he's also in the law practice now, and a lot of others. I mean, we're a tough team. If you met the Kwabotre debate team, people would actually turn down debates because it's us, they wouldn't. We wouldn't just beat you, we would humiliate you. Yes, we would really humiliate you. And people like Leslie Enim, Stagger, he's also a lawyer now. And yeah, there was about 6 or so of us. We all thought we were going to be lawyers. Well, the other 5 are.
Why didn't you?
God had other plans. God had other plans. Who knows? Maybe I might get back to law someday. I found another love. Something strange happened when I went to the School of Performing Arts, because even there, I thought I might still leave and go into law practice. For instance, I had a classmate called Adele. Adele left and went to do law. You know, at some point I thought I would, but I got this great offer to star in a movie called Anansi. We filmed in Ghana, Morocco, Germany, and Spain. And, you know, it was an odyssey of about 4 guys who wanted to do this perilous journey to Europe to find, you know, a better life, greener pastures. So we went through the desert, and while filming, you could actually see real people who were actually on that perilous journey. Wow. You could see dead bodies, especially when we were filming on the Mediterranean, or was it the, on that, it wasn't the Mediterranean, that stretch between Morocco and Spain, you know, from Tangier. We actually did cross by ferry to Spain. Wow. And you could actually see real dead bodies afloat. Yeah, people who were trying to cross. Is the film done? Yeah, it's a long time ago. Long time ago? 2002, 2003. Oh, really? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Anansi, and you know, it was produced, you know, in collaboration with a German, some program for the European Union by Avista Film and Brainpool. So after that, I thought, look, let me be in a position where I can speak to some of these things, so I can make some kind of impact to society. Lawyer, you're wearing your coat, you're in court. my lord, you're not really yeah, you know, and all that. So I decided, let me just stay in the creative arts, see if I could, you know, contribute in other ways. And I think over the years, God has been massive.
And you've contributed a lot, man. Show him to love, man. and being a VGMA too has put you in the limelight quite a bit, man.
That's one.
What's one not think I
you see, there's always only one truth.
Yeah.
Somebody has to say it.
I like that.
There's always
only one truth, and somebody has to say it.
Somebody has to say it.
So it's true that some gospel musicians wanted to bribe you for the VJ.
I like to use the word attempt, but let's leave that for another day. You know, for me, it wasn't about it being true or not. Upon reflection, I realized, look, if you call yourself a communications person, holding back, knowing when to hold back pertinent information is also what makes you a good PR person. That was an unfortunate statement that slipped out during my TV show, The Pundits. And, you know, upon quick reflection, I realized, no, this was a gaffe, and I needed to quickly apologize for it. Because, again, you'd realize that loyalty for me is key. Even if people did, some of these people are still my friends. And for me, loyalty and friendship, they do go together, and they're important. Are you ready to humiliate them that way? My answer was no. So really quickly come out and apologize. You know? So I quickly came out, retracted, and apologized.
Last question on this. So you retracted because it was not true, or it was true, but it was not, you didn't do the right thing, so you wanted to...
Again, I wouldn't want to go into the veracity or otherwise of it, and I did state that clearly in my apology letter. Over the years, a lot of musicians have also leveled all sorts of accusations against the scheme, and one person who stands up strongly against them, it's me. I always challenge them to name and shame. Somebody at Charterhouse asked you to pay a bribe, somebody asked you to do whatever, name the person or shut it, retract, apologize. So if I have, you know, said something similar, why can't I take my own pill and also lead by example by apologizing and retracting, doing what I've been asking other people to do? So it wasn't about it being true or not. I just thought if I wasn't ready to know
I hear you, man.
I might as well take it back.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
I did that. But I understand it.
Is it an occupational hazard for you? Where you sit, do you get a lot of...
you see, you are dealing with human beings. You are dealing with people who... Music is what puts food on their table. It is like a lawyer going to court, and you're telling a lawyer that, for them, when there is a nomination, or just as nominations have been released, and they are not in there, or they don't win, it is like telling a lawyer you're not a good lawyer, or a lawyer losing a case or something. It is what they do. So how dare you, who do not, probably, they assume you don't know a note in music. So how dare you tell them their music is not good enough? Once they don't get nominated, that is how they feel. You're telling me my music is not good enough. Once they don't win the award, that is how they feel. You're telling me that my music is not good enough. So yes, I do understand them, and just it happens everywhere else. I mean, was it Glow Cuff Awards? Adebayo was, it wasn't Adebayo, Yaya Toure. He was not happy, and he went on Twitter, he ranted and raved a bit. It's normal with every human institution.
And another thing too that I wanted to find out, there was this thing that Aboagye wanted your job?
Oh, that was that was something that came out of upset based on some remarks he had made after this whole music awards gospel thing came out. You know, Kwesi Aboagye is somebody I respect a lot.
A good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy, somebody I respect a lot, and it was unfortunate some of the things that he said, but we've moved on. Let's all move on. For me, I'm looking at it as though it never happened. Kwesi Aboagye is still my big brother. I still respect him a lot, and I think I should give him a call one of these days so that we can move forward. I was pretty upset about it, but then again, upon reflection, I sat down and said, okay, if Kwesi Aboagye said that about me and I got so upset, I should imagine how the gospel people also felt. So in a way, I think it also did do some good. So I still salute.
You have learned from it.
Yes. If we don't learn from anything that happens to us in this life, we're idiots. You know, so we learn from it all. And this thing has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. There are people smiling with you, but they are not friends. Yeah, there are people, because if I'm on radio, for instance, I do a show on Star FM every Saturday morning from 8 to 11 called
is it I've
The
heard
Morning
it.
Zoo. Yeah.
Yeah, the Morning Zoo.
The Morning Zoo.
Yeah.
And if something like this happens and you have fellow radio presenters like yourself gang up together to form an organization called Concerned Radio Presenters Association to put pressure on your organization to throw you out, then you need to ask yourself questions, you know. But it's all good. Lessons well learned, and we thank God for everybody.
So there was pressure to throw you out?
Not from the company, no.
No, yeah, from the concern.
Oh, there was yes, there was pressure for a lot of things. Take him off, let him name the people that he claimed were doing, let him blah, blah, blah. A lot of pressure. And you were asking, if somebody was going to form an alliance or a group, let it be the gospel people, Concerned Radio Presenters, you know. But it was all good. You sometimes understand them because they are radio presenters. They work with the gospel people, so they have personal relationships. So it also kind of brings the whole thing into, you know, you get to understand where they are coming from. Yes, you ask yourself, okay, where should the loyalties be? Think about it again. Really, they owe you no loyalties. Who are you? You're just George Quaye, the guy who goes about speaking anyhow, insulting everybody, and they should just throw him out somewhere. But there was no pressure from the company that I work for. If anything at all, I should be apologizing to them for putting them in the limelight in that way. To them and to the sponsors and to everybody else.
Would anything let you quit Shatter?
I never say never.
Anyway, that's true.
I never say never. But for now, let me just say I'm happy where I am.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty happy where I am because if it were another company, I probably would have been thrown out by now. But in this
they stand
case,
by you all the time?
Oh, definitely. They've always
They haven't
stood
pulled
by
you
me.
back door to say...
Oh, definitely. When your son messes up in public, you'd have a way of dealing with that child back door. But, you know, you are not... They haven't, like other companies probably have done to their staff, which we're all aware of. I always use Nanaba and 123's case as a case study, you know. Whatever disciplinary action or whatever penalization, if there was anything of the sort, was done behind closed doors. It wasn't put in the public to ridicule or embarrass me, as many people would have loved to see, you know. I am still where I am.
Still ticking.
We want to thank God. We thank God for all the mercies. You know. After VGMAs, of course, there are a lot of other things that Charterhouse does. There's Agro, which is still ongoing. There are a lot of new game shows that we're about to outdoor. Then, of course, there are all those other ones like It Takes Two, which will still be coming back.
You're hosting those things?
Yes, I'm hosting. I produced It Takes Two. I produced Agro for some time as well. I produced The Challenge. I produced our reality TV show Stars of the Future. We also would have Hitmaker coming up, you know. So there is always something happening on in Charterhouse, not forgetting the comedy shows that we do, the 1,000 Laughs series, and the tons of clients that we work with. Final
question. I know I have to really wrap it up because it's very difficult when you're talking to a communicator to keep within the time. But the whole bit about Ghana comedy, and how Charterhouse was just showcasing Nigerian comedy. Where does it stand now?
I remember my, let me not call it banters because again I didn't respond to that. David Oscar at some point got very angry at me. He was, should I say, insulting me all over the place. But my brother came back home, he apologized, and you know, we have a good relationship now. I was of the opinion that if they didn't up their game, I was not going to put them on the stage, you know. And then I remember when I put Funny Face on the stage, he rocked, and that was the door that, you know, we're beginning to open up, because David Oscar and Foster had been on the stage earlier through Stars of the Future. When we started Stars of the Future, there was comedy attached to it, you know. But eventually, the boys worked harder and harder. Criticism is good. I always say, let's criticize, let us not insult. In Ghana, it's a very thin line. People are unable to know, let's criticize, but let's not insult. So sometimes when you criticize, people take it as an insult and they come back hard at you, you know. Because but there's no point, you know. So I was hard on them. I criticized. I said, look, guys, up your game, else I cannot put you on my stage, because I was producing the comedy show, you know. The Nigerian comedians, I mean, you know them, they take it very seriously. To a lot of them, that's the only thing they do. So it's business. And Nigeria is a country where even when the food is in your mouth, someone is opening your mouth and taking it out. So your game needs to be there, you know. So they have teams, they have research, they do all. And now guys are getting there now, thanks to people like yourself, Uncle Fritz Bafor, Uncle Tommy and Enforcing, and all the others that have inspired these young ones. And today, look at DKB, look at Foster, Romanos, look at Jacinta, look at Hogan, look at Obi, look at Lexi the Comic, look at James Brown, look at Obrempong, look at all of them. They are all doing so well now. And I think it is all because some of us were hard on their cases and said, look, gentlemen, I do have this platform for you. It is huge. Gone are the days when you'd see billboard for a comedy show and it might just be Nigerian acts and maybe some of the musicians. Today you see the billboard and the Ghanaian actor are there, the Nigerian actor are there, the musicians are there. It is just beautiful. And that's because our guys have grown so beautifully over the years, and I salute each and every one of them, you know. So today I put 4 Nigerian comedians on the stage, I had 4 Ghanaian comedians on the stage. And someone like Foster Romanos, he is the only person who has held the fort and hosted that show, I think, longer than anyone. I hosted it for some time, but Foster has done, I think he's broken the record. He's become like a permanent host of the comedy series, and he's never ever flopped so far. Every time he's got his A game on, he rocks, he satisfies everybody, he entertains everybody. And our guys are doing great. They are doing very great. Their own comedy shows that they've been organizing and everything. And I would really ask that everybody supports them, especially those who own TV channels. We might not be able to give them money, but if we can advertise their shows for them when they are going to do it, grant them interviews. If, you know, those of us that have radio platforms, we can, if those of us that are on social media, we see their posters, we can retweet, or we can share, or we can comment, or we can do something. Let us all come together and see how best we can support our own. So I think we all need to learn to support and push our own. That is the most important thing.
That is so critical. That is so key.
People will sit back and bastardize Charterhouse, pull down the VGMs. If pull it down, we still have other things that we do. I'm not the musician who would have to show my, oh, when I was singing, I won this from this. I don't need it. I'm not a musician. And you know, the funny thing is that sometimes you feel it's the musicians that actually want to tear it down. Why can't we just build? Criticize, don't insult, you know, let your thoughts be heard and all that. It's okay. KSM is doing a great show. You want to support it, put some money on the table, support it in one way, give costume, help with makeup, help with, oh, KSM, I traveled and I saw this camera, I thought it might go, so fire will show. No, great idea. Oh, I saw this light, I think it would do good in your studio. Great idea. No, KSM faso or no, in the play now, no, one man show, no, just Kennedy. It is wrong. It is wrong. We don't support our own in Ghana. We always like to tear it down. I know. And it's really heartbreaking for me.
It's like we delight in tearing down. And
it's terrible, this crab mentality.
Absolutely. You know, and for people to understand that sometimes when you criticize, it's not with malice.
It's not.
I'm just trying to get you to understand certain things so that you can do it better.
It is.
But we don't take it like that in Ghana.
We don't take it like that. We don't.
But George, you hanged in right, you know, and you're doing so well, and you're always in the line of fire. and you always find a way to let it roll off your back.
Because I'm tiny, usually when I go to if I were like Zamalek, they will hate me and I'll go there. Because, you know,
It's easy to avoid that.
I don't occupy a lot of space.
Put your hands together for George Quaye. Well, thank you, and congrats, man.
Thank you.
It's part of everything you've held the fort, and your contribution to the entertainment industry in Ghana should be very, very well appreciated.
We give glory to God. It is just God, and we entreat everyone, when you go to bed and you're saying a prayer, say one for us, because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Put it all together. We'll be right back.